Still waiting on these guys to come up. Alright. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all what I use to keep my teeth in general, which is the Polygrip Cushion Comfort, which to me, I actually really like this stuff, and I've only used it a couple of times because I don't really wear my teeth a lot. So it's a pretty decent size tube, because normally you'll get like that big of a tube or something like that. So I like that it's got a decent amount in there. And I'll go ahead and show my teeth too. First, I'm just going to show off my first set that I got. Let's see. And the first ones, they still kind of have that, what was it, the Rewind It kit that you get from Walmart. It still has that on there. So I'm sorry, you guys. And I no longer have real bottom teeth anymore. So I kind of no longer need these. You probably can't really see the color too well. But they're just the standard color. And I got them from Affordable Dentures in Chattanooga. They did all right. They didn't do too terrible of a job. And here is my top. Once again, not too bad. It still has the Rewind It stuff in there. That's why it looks like that. And I had to cut some of the back out because it was gagging me. No, you're not really supposed to do that, but I cannot afford to keep going in and get it rewind like that. So I had to fix it myself. Thankfully, though, I did get a pair that now fits properly. So no worries there. Sorry, guys. Water is a little bit cold. This is like one of my least favorite parts about the dentures is the leaving it in the water and the adhesive. The adhesive, I would say, is my number one least favorite part. But oh, and that set right there was just the regular economies on that one. And these are the Economy Plus, which is the next ones up. And you can probably tell that these are a little bit wider than the other ones. Oh, I got hair on it now. But you can tell that these are wider than these. I actually got to choose a color on these. You can probably tell the teeth are a little bit smaller on these too. I didn't really notice that. Sorry guys, I'm also trying to do it for YouTube too, so. But, oh, those are the bottoms, by the way, not the tops, sorry. I was showing them like they were the tops, but. These are the tops, and you can tell that they don't have the Rewind It in it, none of that. And they went ahead and shaved the back for me because they noticed that I did on my last set. So she was kind enough to go ahead and shave some of the back. At first, they were very uncomfortable for me just because they were really tight. But they're supposed to be pretty tight when you go to get them rewind. Except they were just pretty uncomfortable. I didn't enjoy it. But I'll go ahead and put them in for you. And when it comes to using the adhesive, you guys, it really doesn't take a lot. Because if it's oozing out, that means that it's too much. And for the bottoms right here, you just want to go all the way around. Like I said, you don't want to use too much where it's oozing out. And you let them set for a few seconds. It usually doesn't take a lot for them to set, really. The bottom, it takes a little bit longer just because it doesn't have anything down there to hold on to. So it's a little bit more difficult. So sorry, I'm talking a little bit weird now, but it's a little bit weird for them because they don't have nothing to sit on anymore. And they're not quite stable right yet until it dries. So now I can go ahead and do the top part, which I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the bottoms. Just going to go all the way around top. And then you want two little lines on, just like that, on the palette area. That's probably too much, actually. And with this one, you don't have to really hold it like that because you got the suction on the top. So all you gotta do is rest it on the bottom and just let it sit there for a few seconds and it will start to set. But like I said, if it's oozing, that means that it's too much. And you don't really want that. It's nasty. And you can tell I still haven't used that much of it. And now they're stuck on there pretty good. The bottoms, not so much. They're still a little bit loose. Like I said, they take a bit longer to dry out. And I did save these other ones just in case that these broke or something like that. I don't necessarily need them. I don't know what I did with the top, you guys. There it is. And you can actually tell where my face fills out a little bit more when I put them in too. So there is a difference between wearing them and not wearing them. So when I go to school, I'll for sure be wearing them. Though it's math time and all that shit, so I really don't have to worry about that too much. But I think I'm still gonna put them in. I think they look pretty. They do look a lot better than my actual teeth did. Which brings us to our story time of why I don't have them. Yes, I purposely had them taken out. It wasn't because I was doing drugs and they fell out. That's not the case. I used to be a drug addict for real, a bad one. I was horrible. But clean and sober, which that could have contributed to my teeth at some point. It could have, but I wasn't on it like that or anything. But from not taking care of my teeth properly, like brushing them every day, like you're supposed to, and also I have a seizure condition and I grind them up a lot and they were breaking from the inside out. So I went ahead and told them to remove them. He didn't want to remove them all at first because, you know, the consequences of removing all your teeth, you're not able to eat certain things anymore. But I didn't really want to listen to that. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Go ahead and remove them. I'm not unpleased with my teeth. I'm not unhappy or anything like that. They are uncomfortable from time to time, especially since salivate. Is that the word? Salivate. Yeah, salivate all over myself, meaning I drool all over myself. That's the easier way to say it. Um, so that kind of sucks, but I do believe that gets easier once you get used to wearing them. I do notice kind of a lisp when I say certain words. I really notice my S's, like right now, I notice them really every time that I talk, I can tell certain letters or something like that. And we got our crackers over here too, which I'm going to try in just a second. I'm just waiting for the bottoms to dry a little bit more. Because, like I say, they take a little bit longer only because there's nothing really to hold on to on the bottom like there is on the top. And as far as do they hurt? Not really. I wouldn't say that they hurt, but they're uncomfortable, I guess. At times I don't notice them, and other times I do, like right now, but that's only because I just put them in. Like maybe in a couple of hours, I probably won't even notice them if I leave them alone. There is one side over here that is a little bit uneven, and it kind of puts pressure on my jaw area right here. So it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't really like wearing the bottoms, but I really want to get used to them so that I can keep them in like everybody else. Because they're supposed to be in my face. They're not supposed to be sitting in the jar beside the bed or wherever you keep them. And as far as can people tell that I have dentures, if I wasn't talking about them and I left them in my face, I honestly don't think people would tell that they're not real. I mean, I think y'all could tell the difference. Unless if you know me personally, then that doesn't really count because y'all knew that my teeth used to suck. So that does not count. But for those that have never seen me before, for the most part, they look real. I don't think you can tell that they're not. And honestly, if they can tell if they're not, I don't think it matters anyway, as long as you're happy with them.
And it's 2021 motherfucker.
Right.
Get too close. If you can see, you're in social distancing.
Yeah, that is true too. If you can see, you're not social distancing. And sometimes it kind of catch me off guard with the white teeth have never been that white, really. Even my last set of dentures weren't really white either. They were about the same color as my old teeth. They're kind of yellowish. I didn't really like that. So I do like that I have the option with the Economy Plus to be able to choose which color that I wanted. And I went with the whitest that they had, which is just one up from the natural. But I feel like if I would have went one more up than what I already have, that probably would have been too much, I feel like. Because right now, I even kind of feel like they're almost too much, but that's only because I'm not used to having white teeth at all. Right, I'm not even used to having any teeth, so it's just weird for me. Like right now, I don't really notice that they're in there. My bottoms, I kind of notice a little bit more. My top, I don't really notice that they're there, except for when my tongue hits the palate area. Then I notice it. I'm like, oh, I got plastic in my mouth. All right, you guys, let me put this out so I can eat a cracker so y'all can see. All right. Now I can go ahead and tell y'all right now I'm not going to be able to eat the whole cracker at a time. And that's because, one, I don't eat with my teeth in at all. I don't like it. I am one of those people. I mean, I don't like keeping my teeth in at all, but when I do put my teeth in, I don't like to eat with them. And that's just because, once again, it's uncomfortable. I haven't gotten used to it. That does not mean that you should not at all. Because I'm a big baby when it comes to stuff. So, like, I ate a cracker before and it wasn't too terrible. But I don't have any scissors or anything. Sorry for headphone wearers. I'm trying.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, sorry guys, it's kind of hard to open, but he's getting it for us. I can go ahead and open up the cheese for us, just because I like cheese. Doesn't really have anything to do with the crackers part. Alright. Now, so I like these right here. These are my favorite crackers, which is the chicken and a biscuit original. And these are pretty good. And they get pretty soft once you put them in your mouth, but I like to at least break it in half. It just makes it easier because when you're eating with your dentures, you can't really eat from the front like you normally would with your original teeth. However, you gotta bite kind of from the side, so it's a little bit different. And that's the only problem that I've been having with relearning how to eat stuff, is eating from the side of my mouth. But alright, just gonna add some cheese just because cheese is good. Who doesn't like it? Well, I guess some people don't like cheese, but that's okay. You don't have to like cheese. Cheese is not necessary. Okay. I like to face it the other way though, because I don't like it to get stuck on the roof of my mouth. You kind of gotta be a little bit slow though.
That would actually get better if you took time.
That was pretty easy.
You're just not used to using your
The only thing, the only thing I don't like is that it gets stuck. But that was pretty easy. Pretty easy. Okay. Like I said, you probably can eat the whole cracker, but when you break it up into little pieces, it's just easier that way. Oh. All right, you guys. This way I don't get off track.